Hi everyone, I've got my 2025 seed order for this spring for the garden, and I got everything this year from Baker Creek. They're just really fine folks there, and they always have good prices on their seeds, and there's no shipping in the U.S. So you can't really beat them. And they're heirloom varieties, which I always liked. So I got everything from there except the ones that you saw that if you haven't seen it on the Dollar Tree yet, Dollar Tree order, I got some seeds over there, mainly flowers, because I really didn't need much of anything else. I got a few herbs. I'll show them maybe at the end here. But anyway, here we go. I decided instead of the California Wonder green peppers, bell peppers, I decided not to go with them this year. Not that I had any problems with them. If y'all remember last year, I still got some of the seeds I might use some, but I had a great harvest last year of green peppers, and they were all really good. But this one is a bigger version. It's an Ozark Giant. Of course, it shows it red there, and they're green first. So I mean, you can eat them at pretty much any stage, but I think they're sweeter. I haven't got this variety, but I'm talking about red peppers in general. They're sweeter when they get red, and they taste really good. But when they're green, they taste just, to me, just like a green pepper. I don't know if it says anything about that on the back or not. An old favorite, colossal long bell peppers have delicious thick flesh. They start out green, ripening bright red. So you know. It's just whatever you like to eat them, you can have them, and I haven't had any problems with getting them, eating them before they're green and before they're red. I mean, okay. So the tomatoes, I just went with 4 different kinds this year. I think I had 5 last year, and that's just a little too many, I think. I'm gonna try to put. I always say I'm gonna put more space between the plants. They end up getting real bushy anyway, and but they still do fine. You need a lot of space between your tomato plants. I put 3 in a row. After they get pretty big, they get a little crowded, but they seem to do fine for me. I have an average of 15 to 18 plants every year. But this is my all-time favorite, and I'll always be growing these, is the Cherokee Purples. They have the best taste. Oh my gosh. Now, when these, if you've never grown them before, when you do, when they're ripe, they'll still be a little green on top here. It doesn't show it here, but I know for a fact I've grown them so many years. They can be ripe and still have some green on the top. So if you leave them on there until they turn all the way on the vine, they'll be too ripe. So I always get them when there's you go by the feel of them. They're starting to feel a little soft. They're ready. And the first year I grew those, I didn't really know, and I let quite a few of them get too ripe on the vine until I figured it out. And this one, I don't think I've ever grown this one. I went by the reviews. I looked at a bunch of reviews for everything I got this year, and that's really what I went by, and the amount of stars, like 4 out of 5 or whatever. This one's a German pink, and I'd heard good things about this. And this one as well, this is a yellow one, but it's a beefsteak variety, which I like really a lot. I don't know if this is considered a beefsteak here, this other one. And I like indeterminate, because the determinate ones only have fruit or tomatoes on them from 1 to 3 weeks. And indeterminate will keep growing more tomatoes. So that's my yellow tomato. I didn't get any black tomatoes this year. I didn't like the taste of them as much, the ones I had last year. They grew great and everything, and they took a long time to ripen, but they didn't have the taste that I was looking for. And I got this. This is one I did get last year as well, the Cherokee Purple and the classic beefsteak. This one seemed like it was a good producer, if I remember, and it's real good taste. I got a couple with my order. I got a couple packs of free seeds. One of them is some zinnias. Those look beautiful. Zinnias. And this other one's through here, which I can't remember. It's lettuce or something. Okay, I took a chance on these cucumbers because of the reviews. They look a little bumpy on the outside, but you know, you cut the skin off in most cases. Sometimes people don't. I like to cut the skin off. They look a little bumpy, but all the reviews were just amazing on it, and I decided to try it. It has good disease resistance and stuff like that. It's a Chinese variety, China Jade. And I think this might have been one of the ones I grew last year. I should have just looked at my seed packs because both of my cucumber varieties did well last year. This might have been one of them, the Anaga Jabai cucumber. And it's a Japanese version, a Japanese variety, I should say. I'm pretty sure that might be one of the ones I grew. And I think I grew the same thing. I either grew on this squash, the zucchini, I either grew Ford Hook or Black Beauty. I think it was Black Beauty last year. Did well, but we have a lot of problems with squash bugs here, so you get so much out of it, and then eventually, you know, they get the squash bug. I'm gonna have to look for a good remedy, a prevention remedy this year, and see if I can keep them from ruining them, because they would keep producing, but the squash bugs just go all through the roots and stuff and the base of it and just eat holes in it and stuff, and it kills it. But I got a bunch, you know, and by that time I'd had a bunch frozen already. Mom had a bunch frozen. I'd given everybody some. So they did well, and that's a good variety, so I'm just going to stick with it. I had two varieties last year of okra, the Texas Red Hill and the Clemson Spineless. I don't know, I've got some seeds dry, the pods dried, but I don't know if I haven't opened them yet. And sometimes they're bad for getting mildew from, you know, if they're wet outside and they never dry properly. I could see some on the outside, so I'm kind of skeptical whether they'll be any good to use. So I went ahead and got some more Clemson Spineless. They do real well. Tastes real good too. Here's my other free seed. It's lettuce, which we grow every year. It's Yedikule, Yedikule. I've never heard of that, but I'm sure it's good. Ancient variety that has been grown by urban farmers near modern-day Istanbul, Turkey since Byzantine times. Wow. Okay. And then I ordered this one. This is a new one, and I think it's a Chinese one too. It says it describes the flavor as sort of like Granny Smith apples. It says goes great with poppy seed dressing, complements the flavor of apples and other fruit. So I thought I'd take a chance on these and try them out. They got quite a few new varieties of things this year, and I think this one will be good. I do. And this is a different carrot than I grew last year. I had a good harvest of it and everything, but this is a more of a shorter version, a thicker and shorter version that I just like the reviews on it. All the reviews, so it's a Japanese type too. It's sugary sweet and the texture is ultra fine grain. So it says that it can handle heat. The roots of this hardy breed can power through tough soil and blistering heat, producing winning roots in most brutal conditions. It was really hot, you know, last year, so I think this is the same one I grew last year. I grew a few others, the second or third. I think I had three harvest, 3 different crops of radishes, if I remember right, last year, 2 or 3, plenty. And these are a real good variety. They're mild and everything. I like them. And this is the beans that we grew last year, or I grew. They're a bush variety, but they actually are pretty much stringless. It's hard to find one that claims to be stringless and that actually is, and this was pretty much it. This is the closest I've come to them being stringless, and we really enjoyed them, and everybody did. And I froze a bunch of them we've had, and they do real good, you know, for freezing them too. Okay, I'll just show you briefly these ones from, this is the ones I got from Dollar Tree. Lavender. These were four, they went up 25 cents on 4. They're 4 for $1.25 now. And get them while you can, they go quick at Dollar Tree. I'm surprised they had them this year, this early. Last year they didn't. Oregano, and then basil. I may even grow this out there where the stump flowers are up. The place where the flowers are over on the side. It used to be a tree there, and it had a stump, but it's rotted away over the years, and now I keep flowers there. And thyme. Or I may also grow some of these herbs in my little arrow garden. Okay, and then I got the garden mix. I got 4 of those. So between those, and then I got these zinnias here, and I have some other seeds. I think that were given to me. I think so. Got a pretty good variety of things for this year, so can't wait to get started. I'll be starting on the green peppers towards the end of February or 3rd week or something like that. It's on my calendar in my phone. And then in March I'll start the tomatoes, inside under lights, and then I'll start, as it gets warmer outside, I'll start to harden them off outside, and then eventually keep them outside all the time before it's time to transplant them. So you got to get them used to not only the sun, but the cool mornings and stuff, So anyway, that's it for our 2025 garden order this year. I may find a few things here and there that I see I might want to try or something, but that's pretty much going to be it. Much cheaper this way than buying your own plants, but if you don't have the things and equipment to grow your own or things like that, you can buy plants, and they'll work great too. So that's probably the best for beginners to try with some plants. Certain things like cucumbers and green beans, you can plant them out there, and they will come up and grow great. So they're not too hard to deal with. Everything but the tomatoes and peppers, I'll be planting the seeds out there instead of growing plants for. So anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this. If you did, I hope you'll press that like button. Also subscribe if you haven't already, and share this out, and hit that so you get all my videos as soon as they come out. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you have a great day, and happy gardening, and God bless.